Since few months, several countries are advising that individuals previously primed with one COVID vaccine should receive an alternative vaccine as second dose. This is named heterologous prime boost schedule, but it has also been called COVID-19 vaccine mixing or mix and match COVID vaccines. It's likely that the same could happen in case of an eventual third dose. But, how does a heterologous vaccination work?
Vaccines exploit a particular cell type of our immune system, the lymphocytes. Lymphocytes have the peculiarity of being specific for several pathogens and tumors. In particular, lymphocytes may be specific also for pathogens we have never met before. These are the naive lymphocytes. The vaccine delivers in our body part of the pathogen we want to fight. This part of pathogen is called antigen. So, in the case of vaccines against COVID-19, the vaccine will deliver the antigen of SARS-CoV-2. The vaccine so works as an envelope to deliver the antigen to the naive lymphocyte. After that, the naive lymphocyte will proliferate into a pool of memory lymphocytes, which are much more effective and rapid than naive lymphocytes in acting, and on top of that, they are many more, so they confer us a bigger protection. After the first dose, the vaccine will be cleared from the body, and so will not last longer in the body and will not be present at the time we will give the second dose. So the first and the second dose, they will never mix in our body. The second dose has the scope of re-giving the antigen to our immune system to boost the memory lymphocytes. This can be done either using the very same vaccine, so the very same envelope of the first dose, or delivering the same antigen with another envelope, another vaccine. In this case would be the heterologous vaccination. No matter if with the same or another envelope, the important is to deliver the antigen and so to reboost memory lymphocyte through this second dose, creating an even bigger and more functional and more rapid pool of memory lymphocytes which are ready to protect us in case we will meet the infection.
Let's hear from experts on the vaccine mix and match.
Using different vaccine platforms is something that's common for experimental vaccines for flu and HIV, and it usually works actually better than giving the same type of vaccine twice.
Recent UK trial that looked at giving AstraZeneca and then a Pfizer vaccine, and looks like the antibody response is actually increased with giving that first an adenovirus and then a mRNA vaccine. So what that means, I fundamentally think it doesn't matter actually. Luckily, if you end up giving two doses of different types of vaccines. And that's actually how the world works with hepatitis B, for example. I never know the brand of, what particular vaccine I'm giving.
What studies on heterologous prime boost COVID-19 vaccination have been published so far, and what are the most important findings?
Although homologous vaccination has been shown to be effective in randomized controlled trials and in observation of real-world studies, the effectiveness against infection by the Delta variant has been shown to decrease. However, the vaccines still provide effective protection against hospitalizations and death from the Delta variant. We have also seen that the immunity provided by the vaccines, or naturally acquired, wanes 6 months after priming, therefore justifying booster vaccinations. So here is the selection of large-scale studies, both randomized controlled trials and observational real-world studies conducted in Europe and the United States of America. So all the studies agree that heterologous vaccination generates stronger immune response than homologous vaccination. We see this in terms of humoral immune response, that is the neutralizing antibodies and binding antibodies, and also the cellular-mediated immunity, the T-cell reactivity, the CD4 and the CD8 cells. We've seen here also mRNA vaccine combination gives the strongest humoral immunity, while the adenovirus vector vaccines, followed by mRNA vaccines, provide the best T-cell response. And this has been shown both in heterologous prime booster vaccination and the heterologous booster vaccination. Now, in terms of effectiveness against symptomatic infection, heterologous vaccination show high effectiveness than homologous vaccination. mRNA here, vaccine combination, have shown the highest effectiveness, especially against the Delta variant, as seen here in the Swedish study. Lastly, side effects of heterologous vaccination are comparable to those of homologous vaccination. Therefore, they've been shown to be safe. So we can conclude that heterologous vaccination generates stronger immune responses, provides better protection against the Delta variant, and the side effects are comparable to those of homologous vaccination.